This is APN, the daily English news broadcast in service brought to you by Arakan Network. Today, Tuesday, 28th of February 2017, from your daily host, Mr. Sajid Zala, greeting with you in Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Headlines from the APN by the help of our blogger as follows. Obama era human rights envoy says UN must investigate Myanmar, and enough mission statement by a special reporter on the situation of human rights in Myanmar. The detail are as follows, and I'm reading yesterday's article of our blogger. The UN Human Rights Council must set up a commission of inquiry into Myanmar's human rights record, as it has done for North Korea and Eritrea, and not its leader because of her iconic status, a former US human rights envoy said on Monday. Kate Halper, who served as US President Barack Obama's ambassador to the Geneva-based council from 2014 to January this year, said Myanmar's de facto leader Aung San Suu Kyi had utterly failed to address the plight of the Rohingya Muslim minority in Myanmar's current state, but he said Western diplomats and human rights advocates saw her as a hero and might let Myanmar off the hook, and he fears the new US administration, which has not yet named his replacement in the Geneva, might seek to play down to the situation. For far too many, her iconic status as pro-democracy crusader makes it difficult to hold accountable to Suu Kyi-led government, no matter the well-documented human rights violation, Harper wrote. Her Nobel Prize has become a most powerful or awful kind of shield from proper scrutiny. The Human Rights Council is expected to debate Myanmar during a 3-week session starting on Monday, and Harper said it should order a full inquiry, which he describes as heavy medicine reserved for the most horrendous human rights cases. A report by the UN Human Rights Office based on testimony of Rohingya Muslims who had fled to Bangladesh said Myanmar security forces had probably committed crimes against humanity with a campaign of killing and gang rape. Senior UN official later told Reuters they believe more than 1,000 people had been killed. Harper, writing on the Just Security Online Forum, said many had hoped Suu Kyi, the 1991 Nobel Peace Prize laureate, would tackle the human rights crisis when she took power a year ago, but it had become clear that although she was happy to be lauded as a pro-democracy icon, she was not prepared to stand up for an unpopular and persecuted Muslim minority, and it would be wrong to spare her from scrutiny. Even accepting that Suu Kyi doesn't sufficiently control the military, she has utterly failed to utilize her considerable bully pulpit, which would undoubtedly be impactful, he wrote. The statement of international UN rapporteur to Bangladesh government of 24th of February 2017 that is below. I would like to first thank the government of Bangladesh for allowing me to undertake a visit to the country, particularly the Cox's Bazar. I had initially hoped to undertake this mission immediately after my last visit to Myanmar in January, but for various reasons it had to be delayed until now. As such, findings from this visit have not been included in the written report being presented to the Human Rights Council, as I had to complete that report prior to this visit. I will raise key points from this visit during my oral presentation to the Human Rights Council on 13 March, and as I highlighted in my statement at the end of my last visit to Myanmar, reprisals were a major concern for me. While I did have the opportunity to meet and talk to Rohingya villagers, my visit to the North Arakan state in January, I was mindful of the possible retaliation against those speaking with me in Myanmar. Therefore, it was important for me to seek the opportunity to meet the Rohingya population who fled to Bangladesh from the post of 9th October violence. I would like to thank especially the Bangladesh Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the International Organization for Migration, as well as the Office of the United Nations Resident Coordinator in Bangladesh, for their assistance and support in facilitating my visit. My deep appreciation also goes to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees as well as other international and local actors on the ground for their support and cooperation. I must acknowledge and pay tribute to the generosity and compassion of the host communities in the Cox's Bazar in providing shelter and sharing their personal, in many cases limited resources to help the Rohingya population who fled from Myanmar in fear. Most of all, I am grateful and humbled by the resilience and strength shown by the members of the Rohingya population whom I met in Cox's Bazar. I met several groups of Rohingya women and men and their children, including one with a disability from several of the villages most affected by the security operation which ensued after the attacks against the Myanmar border guard police facilities on 9th October of 2016. Hearing personal account of what they endured before making the difficult decision to cross into Bangladesh helped to complete the picture, and I am saddened to report that what I heard during my visit to Bangladesh was worse than I had anticipated. The magnitude of violence that these families witnessed and experienced was far more extensive than I had originally speculated. Previously, I had expressed my incredulity over the official reason given for the burning down of houses. I refused to accept the government argument that the Rohingya people were willing to burn down their own houses to be without a home and potentially disappear for 5 years or more, like those in situ, for the sake of propaganda or in the hope that international actors would help build them better houses when the government has hindered these actors from fully discharging their respective mandates, including in the delivery of food and provision of medical assistance. This visit, I am unable to believe that women, very young age children, or who were heavily pregnant would have made the journey across from Myanmar into Bangladesh without very compelling reason to go without the guarantees and familiarity of their own homes as well as support of familial and social network under such circumstances can only mean an enormous upheaval in their lives. So this is enough for today from APN English News Service. Thank you for watching our opinions. Please stay tuned for more updates. There's still to come up next as every day as usual. If you like our opinion, please like us by through the Facebook and subscribe us by through the YouTube. And for more in detail about our opinion, please visit our website as www.arkanpressnetwork.com. Thank you and Assalamu alaikum again. Bye bye. See you for the cause of the Rohingya nation.